Okay, so to make progress, I should just shoot the obstacle? Seems easy enough. Sorry. So, I played through every Uncharted title in the franchise, and I gotta say, it was not what I was expecting. What I was hoping for was an Indiana Jones-like adventure with mysteries to solve and moments where thinking on your feet would be a necessary skill. You know, the kind where walls are closing in on you or you're sinking to your death. We get that once in Uncharted 2. And you don't even have to think because the game tells you immediately what to do.
Come on, could be worse, right? Okay, that's worse.
And even when you know what to do but are too slow, the game tells you the most obvious observation.
I've got an idea.
What do you suggest?
You need to move the pieces so the shadows line up with the shapes on the mural.
I know that. I'm just too dumb to figure out how. Even though I played all the games, this will only be a video on the first one. So, Uncharted, Drake's Fortune. We meet Nathan Drake, the treasure hunter slash thief, and Elena Fisher, who tagged along to film the next episode of her program. They find Sir Francis Drake's coffin. Within lies Francis' notebook with his notes on El Dorado. After shooting some pirates, we ditch Elena because women, together with an old pal Sully. We enter an old U-boat with a lot of dead Germans, but most importantly, the map to El Dorado. But upon returning to Sully, we meet the main antagonist, Gabriel Roman.
Hello.
Who starts negotiating with Nate. Either give me the map or I'll kill. And then says something that for the life of me I don't understand.
So, we're square? For now. But just in case you need a reminder.
Hey, come on, leave him out of it.
Yeah, don't you guys usually just cut off a finger or something?
Reminder of what? To not go on a U-boat unsupervised? Because Nate screwed that up pretty bad. And I don't understand the need to shoot anybody here. They haven't even shown to be a threat yet. I guess with Nate's combined KDA over the 4 games with 2,000 plus kills, I guess there's something to be afraid of. But he doesn't know that. Now the boat explodes and you run from Sully's corpse and Gabe's weird judgment and find Elena. And she's pissed.
Whoa there, cowboy. That's for leaving me at the dock.
What the hell are you doing?
And together you go to find El Dorado. Now Tulio and Miguel find a plane and head to the island the map showed them. But as they close in on the island, they get shot at. Now, this is just going to be a quick PSA of why you should always listen critically to critiques.
You were flying into what you thought was a pretty desolate island in a plane, and then you start getting attacked with anti-aircraft missiles and mortar fire. You would assume that a rational human being would look at that and say, I might be outnumbered here. This might be a bad idea. Not Nathan Drake. After all of these shots come in, he decides to parachute out of the plane with Elena. The plane blows up and they are left separated and stranded.
Well, what do you want them to do? The plane caught on fire 5 seconds after the initial hit? Do you want them to just fucking dip the thing into the water and just fly off? Anyway, this is just to tell you that people are not perfect, and if I say something silly, don't be afraid of telling me in the comments. So the plane crashes and Nate and Elena are separated. And this is when the game starts to be repetitive. You run around, then get to an arena, find cover and shoot, then leave cover to find ammo, to then find cover and shoot. And it's like this through the rest of the game, besides some really cool parts. But this game has no excuse for having such boring gameplay mechanics. It came out in 2007. Do you know what else came out in 2007? Drake and Josh Talent Show. Now this is a game. Nate travels around the island, climbing, shooting, running, until you find an old castle, and this is where the game gets really exciting, because now you have to climb, shoot, and run. Oh my god. Then after a little bit more climbing, you find Elena, and then you die. You wake up and you find out you've been captured by the game named Eddie Rush, and he's also after the treasure. Nate is saved by Elena, and now comes one of the best moments in the game. When Naughty Dog wants to do those cool action sequences, they do them well. And this is probably the worst one out of all the 4 games. But it also happens when the game seriously needs a change of pace. While you're driving and shooting, and you can even shoot the trees to fall on the end. And we're back. After a little more terrible climbing, Nate finally finds a boat to get them off the island. And as he's about to kill some more pirates, Elena stops him.
How did you get here?
You really need to see this.
Now is really not the best time.
No, Nate.
Shut up! Give me a turn to speak! Let me speak! How does that feel?
We find out that Sully is actually alive, so Nate gets understandably confused. And then we have to move on to probably the worst sequence of the game. I don't know what it is about this jet ski, but sailing upstream and also trying to shoot bad guys really doesn't go hand in hand. You then find Sully, who apparently has been misleading the bad guys, and they then get mad at each other.
Sully, we would have been headed home with the treasure by now if you had just for once kept your mouth shut.
And you might have thought of checking for a pulse before running off and leaving me for dead.
I mean, I tried, Sully. I didn't just mess up the first time. Anyway, so El Dorado is not actually a city of gold. It's a statue of gold. I know, I feel like this doesn't really compare to this. So, should we just go home? Or... No? No? Okay. We then find Sir Francis Drake's corpse, and Nate realizes that Francis never found El Dorado, and he gets a midlife crisis.
Wasted his life. For nothing.
Man, my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather died without finding the thing that no one has been able to find for hundreds of years. Fuck, man. What a loser. He might as well have died from the common flu like your stupid grandpa. What the fuck? Nate then gets ambushed by what we learn to be the Spanish expedition team who followed Francis, and they've turned into zombie pendelas. You fight them for a long time and discover that it's actually El Dorado that bears a curse, which turns people into monsters. While you do that, Elena gets captured by Roman. You try to run after them, but that's when I realized you could just dress like the bad guys. Now, the most important thing to remember while undercover is to not stick out. You do not look like me. When your cover is blown, it's time to initiate Plan B, which of course stands for Be Precise. Okay, but that doesn't work. We always have Plan C. Can me? No, don't throw the grenades at the wall, you dunce. Guess it's time for Plan D. You meet up with Sully for the final battle, you find El Dorado, and oh my god, I still prefer the City of Gold. The sidekick that Roman has hired turns out to betray him by letting Roman open the casket and turn into a pendejo. The sidekick then tries to run off with the treasure and Elena, so you go to stop him. And here I really wanted a cool action sequence of Nate maybe dangling from El Dorado and trying to avoid obstacles, or anything really other than the same gameplay we have played through the whole game. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. So at last you defeat the sidekick by drowning him together with El Dorado. The end. In all honesty, I can forgive the game for having clunky controls, which doesn't seem to always work. Because for an action flick released in 2007, this game is beautifully made. I mean, the scenery mixed with the main theme, oh my lord. And they never failed in any of the games. Just beautiful. For a game that came out in 2007, it's actually really impressive. So here's my verdict. If you want me to review the rest of the series, let me know. And if you never want to hear my voice again, understandable, have a nice day.